There's the other caller. Caller, you're on DGNX.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
Hey, all right. So, I got a couple comments on this whole accident deal.
All right, who is this?
This is Pickard again.
Okay.
This kind of shit. This kind of shit that gets me riled up a little bit. So, as a first responder, I've been in law enforcement for 25 years, and you have a duty. You have a duty to try to save somebody's life, whether they overdose, they're drunk, or whatnot. The problem now is the court systems isn't holding these people responsible that are involved. What they're doing is they're sending them to, well, he's got an addiction, he's got a disease, we're going to send him to rehab.
Right.
And I completely disagree with it. It's a disease. It starts off as a choice.
Right.
Anybody can walk into a Cozares Hospital up in Louisville and look at one of those little kids with cancer and ask them why they chose to have cancer.
Right.
It's not a disease, but the court systems is letting them to where he wasn't in his right mind. He has this disease and his addiction, and that's what caused him to wreck, kill his family.
Right.
They're sending him to drug rehab.
Mm-hmm.
You got to hold them accountable. Everyone's
Right.
got to be accountable for their actions.
Right.
That's the problem. But yeah, as far as pulling up, as the firefighter just said, or EMT, whatever he was, he's bound by the law. He has to render aid, or he can be arrested for it.
Right.
And the sad thing is, they would throw his ass under the jail cell, and the guy that just killed somebody because he's on opiates, he would get rehab. So,
yep,
that's my opinion.
All right.
We went
Well, I appreciate
from
it.
licking assholes to putting people in jail. So, wow, what a whirlwind of a show, right?
Dude, we drift like ADD kids in hot air balloons. That's what we do.
Yeah. I mean, this show changed faster than the weather did last week, from 70 to 30, just like that.
True story. It's what we do. All right, thanks,
guys.
Pickard.
All right, brother.
All right, man. We'll catch you later.
Later.
So, also a very good point. I mean, I am really I'm on the fence on this. I mean, as the first responder, I know you have that duty to fucking assist. You're there to save people. I mean, looking at it from the outside, I get that. And there's part of me that would want to save that motherfucker so he could face the music.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then there's that other side of me that would want to go, this motherfucker's life is already over, even if he survives this. His life is fucking over. He's got 3 counts of fucking manslaughter on top of drug charges, on top of whatever other charges he's going to get. Why bother wasting taxpayer money? You know what I mean?
It's got to be a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, but you can't
You know
sit
what I
there
mean?
and decide that.
You can't be the sniper outside of the fucking gas station where one guy is holding, 3 women and 2 fucking men and 2 children hostage.
Right.
And then expect at some point everyone, no matter what happens, when you snipe this motherfucker, there's going to be a lot of fucking thankful people, and there's going to be a lot of people that he shouldn't have had a gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But see, now that brings up a good point too. I was deployed to Iraq twice.
Mm-hmm.
26 months in that shithole country.
Mm-hmm.
Did I want to save the fucker that just blew up the IED that killed one of my friends?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck no, I didn't.
Right.
But I still did it.
Right.
I still fucking did it.
I get it.
Did I want to sit there and watch him bleed out or put another fucking bullet in his head? Fuck yeah, I did.
Yeah. Betty Ann throws in the room. I agree with your last caller. The judicial system is so broken, and it's true. Somebody else pointed out in the room before, they still haven't released this guy's name yet, and God fucking help this guy when they do, because there are going to be people all over his ass.
Yeah.
No fucking doubt.
Even if, big if, he's remorseful
Big
about what
fucking if.
happened, it doesn't fucking matter. What's done is done. You can't undo it.
Yeah.
You killed 3 people because of your own irresponsibility.
Mm-hmm. And that's, we kind of had this, I had this conversation with a friend of mine. We were talking about this today. And, the whole thing is, it'll be behind that whole, well, it's an addiction, it's a disease, and blah, 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 blah. And he said, well, what about the people who are mentally ill and they do fucked up things and they commit crimes? It's the same thing. I said, it's not the same thing, because People who are mentally ill don't have a choice. They don't make that choice to be mentally ill. They may make a choice to not fight it in any way. You know what I mean?
Exactly. They can't control their their thought process.
Right. And his argument to that was, well, what if they don't take their medication and then they go fucking shoot a place up? You know, then you just blame the illness. Like, but again, it's still
That's going back to not wanting to fight the illness.
right. But there's still it's apples and oranges.
Right.
With
I see what
mental
you're saying.
illness versus, you know, a guy who gets drunk and gets in a car and fucking crashes a car and kills somebody, or gets fucked up on opiates and crashes a car, like this situation. Like, I'm kind of with Brian on the disease part, and it's funny because I'm in recovery, and in some of the programs that I involve myself with, it's looked at as a disease. And
Right.
Stezo and I have talked about this. I don't consider it a disease. I consider it a syndrome. It's and a syndrome, by definition, is
I went to the fucking YMCA today. I caught fucking alcoholism. Fucking son of a bitch.
it's a syndrome, not a disease. That's how I look at it. A
I'm
syndrome.
on antibiotics for 52 weeks. God damn it.
Shut the fuck up. A syndrome is basically, by definition, is a multitude of symptoms caused by something.
Right.
Right. So it doesn't mean caused by a disease. It could be caused by some sort of stimulus or some sort of allergen or something like that. So it's that. It's not a disease. It's a syndrome that you have. It's a condition you have where you cannot fucking do alcohol, or you cannot do drugs of any type. You cannot do it because you cannot fucking function. You cannot. It fucks with you in a way that you lose all fucking productivity in life. You lose, you know, the ability to be a productive, contributing member of society, and you just fucking and you spiral.
There's a reason.
There's a choice.
That drug addicts.
You make the choice to do it. That's why I say it's not a disease. It's a syndrome, and there's a choice. And that's the difference between the guy who has mental illness and the guy who pops a bunch of pills and drives a car into a gas station and kills 3 people. That guy made a choice. He made a choice to do this shit. Addicted or not,
Yep.
he made the choice to pick it up.
Now, I know we've talked on the show about the safe havens that give the people the needles and a
And
safe
that's
place
part
to
of the
shoot
fucked
up.
up justice system shit. Like,
What if this guy shot up heroin at one of those safe havens and then drove away and killed 3 people? Who's at fault then?
Yeah, there's that.
Is it the enablers?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Stezo. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off before.
I forgot what I was going to say, but on but on what you were talking about, like the city of San Francisco gave out like 5.9 million hypodermic needles last year.
Right.
Okay. And they said it was to try to curb HIV among drug users.
Right.
So they recovered half of the needles, and HIV went up, and drug abuse also went up.
Yeah, of course. And
they give them safe spaces. Come here, shoot up. You can come here. There's cameras on this parking lot. You can shoot up here, make your drug transaction here, and be safe. You're writing a free pass for people to use illegal, illicit drugs, and then you're going to tell me that illegal and illicit drugs are the problem of society.
Right. This is coming from the same
Government
state.
has become the enabler.
Yeah, absolutely. This is coming from the same state, though, where they just made it no longer a crime to knowingly have sex with somebody. If you're HIV positive and you have sex with somebody without telling them you're HIV positive, they just dropped it where it's not a crime anymore to do that.
Yeah, it's like having a cold.
Wow.
It's like you slept with me and you had the flu, because we have all this technology now where you can live comfortably with AIDS, even though you would live much more gooder if you didn't have AIDS.
Yeah.
But even though you have it now, because we made it legal for this guy to put it in your butt. Here we go back to the butt sex. We made it legal for this guy to put it in your butt and say, hey, I got the HIV, but I didn't have to tell you. But it's okay because you can take a pill for it now.
Yeah, but you still, unless you're Magic Johnson, AIDS is not getting fucking cured for you.
Just
You know
took
what I mean?
it from me.
Well, that's
Damn
what
you.
I'm saying. There's a pharmaceutical.
He's got a
drug
Magic
now.
Johnson. He puts it in you and you get dead. It's Magic Johnson.
There is a pharmaceutical drug now that you can take that will suppress HIV. So who wins? Did we eradicate fucking HIV? No, we made a fucking pill to fucking combat HIV. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, and how much does that pill cost? $80,000.
I'm sure it's free. If you're in California, I'm sure it's free.
Well, yeah, there's that.
If you live anywhere else on the planet, it's probably pretty goddamn expensive.
California is so fucked up, dude. Like, moving on a little bit, but to continue on with how fucking stupid California is. Here's one. Sacramento.
There's 2 from California on that list.
There are. Sacramento plans to pay gang members $1.5 million to keep the peace. Now, before we go into the headlines getting fucking twisted up, that's kind of what it is. But Sacramento, how bad has gun violence gotten in Sacramento, California? City leaders now plan on paying gang members. A fatal shooting program offers gang members cash stipends for graduating from school and generally staying out of trouble. Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg requested that the vote be moved up in response to the Park shooting, which left 1 person dead and 4 injured. The vote was supposed to take place in 2 weeks. Let's get going on doing everything we can to save innocent lives. The $1.5 million in cash stipends to gang members will come from the city's general fund. A similar program is being used in Richmond, California, and Stockton is considering it. In Sacramento, the city council voted 9-0 in favor of the program, but the language of the contract has not been finalized. So basically, this is what's going on in California, the land of fucking ass backwards dumb fuckery. They're offering it, and it's not like the headline says, like, we're going to give you $1.5 million to stop the violence. That's not what they're doing, but they're offering cash stipends to gang members for finishing high school and educating themselves. What about the fucking regular citizens? Where's your cash stipend for the fucking regular citizen? For the kid who's busting his ass, living in fucking gangland and trying to keep his fucking nose clean and keeping his chin up, you know, and going to school to try to better himself to get out of that place. Where's the fucking money for that kid?
He don't get one.
But that's what you're supposed to do.
Right. So we're going to reward the fucking
So when
assholes.
you don't do that, we're going to fucking give you money to make sure that you do that.
Yeah. So basically, in order to get free money from the fucking city, you got to throw an MS-13 fucking tattoo on your face and show up and say, I graduated high school. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is wrong with that situation, that scenario?
Now, my next question is, if I move to Sacramento...
Katrina throws out, when is that earthquake going to happen?
Anytime
seriously.
now. So, my question is, if I move to Sacramento, do I join MS-13, the Crips, or the Bloods? I don't know.
It really depends on which rapper you listen to.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm not sure which one
Yeah.
I'd fit into.
You're definitely going to need a SoundCloud account.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
And you're also going to have to check. You're going to have to put a hardcore check on your playlist and make sure you're not playing the wrong shit
Gotcha.
to match, to clash with your bandana.
I'm going to show up to their meeting in, like, blackface and be like, can I join your gang?
You're going to show up in blackface playing Vanilla Ice.
Can I join your gang? Please?
Oh my god, dude.
I want some of them stipends.
Sorry for starting a fight in the middle of your Black Panther party.
There's my
I want to get me some of them stipends.
What was the other one we were talking about that was from California?
Oh, the bottom one there.
Oh, yes. Speaking of California. Well, here we go.
Another California moron.
Here we go. Since we're shitting on California tonight. Well, there goes all those listeners we had in San Jose or wherever it was. California freshman to cut off penis if Donald Trump builds the wall. Oh, my God.
No balls.
You won't
wait.
do it.
No,
That's my only response to this. You won't do it, pussy.
That's what I said.
I
no
can only
balls.
hope that more people of his age get behind this and do the same exact fucking thing.
Coat of arms says "Be Rad G" in the room. When I say Mally,
Just
you
go-
say boo. Mally, Boo!